say fifth.
So what's your thoughts on that result and performance?
The thoughts are, I think, we've won the game in our worst performance of the season. Is easy, and always I'm really pleased. Always not, but most of the times I'm really pleased with the performances and not with the result. And today I'm really pleased with the result, but not with the performance. But it's fair to say that it's been a difficult game. The third game in 1 week. The third game after losing 2 games, the third game against a direct opponent, so it was really difficult at the beginning of the game, but after the game has been a massive win, and the performance today was the last thing. And I would like to dedicate this win to my goalkeeper coach Leo, because he got injured yesterday, a serious injury, and we are going to miss him for a long time. So this win is for him. The tendon. He broke his tendon yesterday, Achilles.
What was it about the performance that you were frustrated with?
With everything, with our organization, with our ball, with our way to play when we had the ball. The first 15 until we scored the first goal, I was really upset. But again, sometimes you have to understand the players. Sometimes you have to understand that for them it was a game with a lot of pressure, because I was trying to keep that pressure off. And the press conference saying that it wasn't a massive or an important game for us, but it was a really important game against a direct opponent. And once again we showed that we can win games, and once again we showed that we can score goals.
Finishing was particularly difficult with 2 goals.
Yes, and I said, for example, 1 week ago when we lost against Southampton, that we had created chances and we didn't score, and today even 2 or just 1 chance we scored 3 goals. So it's, sometimes we will win playing not as good as we like to play, like today, and sometimes we'll lose playing our best, because we're in Premier League and every single point is difficult. But once again, the main thing for me is to have points on the table, to keep having experience, to play without that pressure that we had today, the pressure that we had against Hull 2 weeks ago, and to look at the table and to be as high as possible.
The big players stepped up to do the movements from obviously the 2 goals. Is that important position you find yourself with those players to make their pass count?
Of course, if you have in one squad 26 players top class, it's not difficult to change. But you have players like Gaston, and he's making the difference since he arrived here last season. And when he is not on the pitch, the team can feel him. But again, I didn't want to excuse after the last 2 games, because we win as a team and we lost as a team. But obviously when you lose a player like Gaston, obviously you are missing him.
Aitor, on Leo, was it just on the training pitch?
Yeah, he was leaving the training ground yesterday here for them.
How important has he been since your time here? I mean, can you put that into words? Really
important, because you have seen him on the bench, his character in the changing room, his mood. So it's important, and we know that he will be at home cheering for us.
Did you speak to the players about that? Did you all want to do it for him today?
No, because they know how important and how big Leo is for us, so I didn't need to say it.
Has he had surgery? Has he had surgery?
I think so, yes, I think this week, Tuesday or Wednesday.
When did it happen then?
Yesterday.
Will you go and visit him? Will you go and visit him?
Of course.
Will you bring a replacement in, Aitor? Will you bring a replacement in for him?
I don't know, I need to celebrate the win today, and let's see what's happening.
How's Victor? What's the situation?
I don't know. It's, I think it's his ankle, but we need to check.
You said that you gambled with Gaston. Was there any doubts that he wasn't going to play there?
No, when I put a player on the pitch, it's because I am 100%. Sometimes I can be right, sometimes I can be wrong, but never. So if it's a final and it's the last game and I have to take a risk, I will take. But in the normal game, even with a lot of pressure, I'm not gonna take one risk with any player.
You must have been very pleased though that he didn't.
Yeah, of course, and at the end he had problems in his knee, but it was normal because the last 2 weeks he couldn't train in the way that we like to train. But again, his class was good for us too.
Ben said that the grader took some time to get used to the English game and stuff. The grader took some time to get used to the way he wants to play.
Yeah, but again, he needs to have those chances to score. He scored against Leicester. He didn't score all the games when he had chances, but he knows how important he is for us, and scoring goals, adding goals for his confidence is really important, and for the team is really important because the players on the pitch, even when he's not scoring goals, they feel that he works a lot for the team.
Psychologically, you talked about the pressure on the players. Now you sit here and you beat three of your rivals. How psychologically that will be
really important. I had told them before the game that when we had played here at home the last games against our direct opponents, considering Bournemouth direct opponent, we beat them, and today was a really important game. And once again, we saw that we can win, and we should win our direct opponents, especially at home.
Any complaints?
You don't get anywhere complaining about results. So obviously we have to look at ourselves. I think it's the same story. You start okay, don't make any big chances, but you feel like the energy and the concentration is good. First real look at goal, we go down. We've talked about our ability then to hold things together. Second goal comes in a strange way, a mix-up on whose throw, and we get caught, and the next thing it's a penalty. So we've put ourselves in a big hole, and then you try to see if we can push back in the second half. Some moments of decent football, but still, if you put yourself in that situation, it's going to be very difficult to get out of it.
You started the game arguably the better team.
I think of late we've started with confidence, positive football, not always creating enough, but still with a good intention on what we're going to be about on the day. Our ability to then avoid some mistakes and not go down, or our ability then, if we do go down, to find a way back into the game. Those seem to be the areas that cost us.
You mentioned the throw-in for the second goal. Any complaints about that one? Do you think that should have been your way?
Well, our players thought it was our throw-in. So Jay Fulton actually follows the ball over the line, and so we get caught a little bit when they throw in quickly, and of course that leads to the situation in the box.
Is conceding goals the biggest problem then? Conceding goals?
Sure. I mean, conceding. When you put yourself down constantly and you have to take chances, then you're even your defensive record's gonna look worse. So, we're not satisfied. We still at times find ourselves too deep, and third goal is similar to some goals in the last game against West Brom. When you're behind and you have to take chances, then the defending becomes harder.
What is the problem defensively? Is it individual errors, or is it more of a team thing, structural?
Yeah, but you have to go play by play. I mean, the first goal is still we're in possession. We play it past the Gylfi, ball turns over. Leon has the first chance to try to shut the play down. It gets by him. And still at the end, I think our pure ability to defend the ball in the box our reactions are slow.
How would you change that?
You try not to lose balls in bad positions. You try to make sure that your structure is good enough that when the ball turns over, you've got people behind the ball. In this case, I think we did. Leon goes out, and then at that moment, you have to take care of a little bit of an emergency. And then that comes down to your players in the box being able to deal with a cross and not allow the great other chance to get off a shot.
How significant do you think it is losing to
Yeah, I mean, so far in my time, that part has gone well for us. So obviously, we talked about the importance of Crystal Palace. We talked about the importance of Sunderland. So for the first time today, we don't take care of business against a team that's right around us in the table. That's going to be important. And of course, as we look to our next two matches, winning home matches in this whole battle is going to be a real key.
How frustrating has it been on the road being for you?
That's a frustration for sure. You know, we thought we played a pretty good, whatever, 80 or 85 minutes against Everton, gave away some points at the end. And since then, we put ourselves in situations where we're constantly playing from behind.
Bob, you're going to be bottom of Christmas, and if we decided to survive for 25 years being in that position, are you still confident that we change that?
That's the challenge, that's the job. So when a team has put itself in a tough spot, and everybody's got to stick together during the toughest times and fight the fight. That's what's left.
Is this squad good enough to keep you up?
And we've said many times that we certainly think we can improve ourselves in January. That hasn't changed. But I've also said that the matches between now and January are important. So 2 home games, the next 2, West End and Bournemouth. And then obviously January 3rd comes quickly. So most likely you're not deep enough into the transfer window that you have much change at that point.
Where would it be if you strengthen more defensively or?
We've talked about the possibility of improvement in all areas, so that hasn't changed.
There were some calls pushing for your head, Bob, which is understandable given the position, and you haven't managed to turn the results completely. How do you feel about that? Are you feeling again more pressure?
I put pressure on myself to see if we can make the team stronger, fight for points every week. I'll continue to do that. I go in motivated every day. I've said many times, I like the group of players. I love the football club. Now it's a challenge when you come. I knew what I was getting into, and so I'm not backing down from it now.
Thank you very much.